Try again, this time with. Hello everybody, it's Queen Agnes, and today I want to talk about the purpose of a dark time, or one of the purposes of a dark time. And I'm talking more, to narrow more down, I'm talking about like friendship wise, like when you're going through a dark time in your life and relationship wise with other people. So I feel like in a dark time, if you're going through a dark time, or your friend is going through a dark time, or whoever you're in a relationship with, whether it be your coworker, your parents, your sisters, your uncles, um, whoever, when you're going through a hard time or they're going through a hard time, it reveals who they really are. And it reveals what kind of person they are, and it reveals how true they are to your friendship, and it reveals their loyalty to you, and how much they trust you, and how much they value you. It reveals all of those things. And so I think it's important to know this, because I feel like in those moments we get to see that person for who they are. And I feel like most of the time, as some human beings, we can be so blind in those moments, and so we feel like we excuse their behavior, and we're like, oh, it's because they're going through a dark time, or different things like that, and we ignore the signs that are presented in our face. And so then later on in life, it becomes to bite us in our faces, because we didn't take the time to acknowledge it while it was presented to us face to face. And so that's why I think it's important to share this message, that in those times you really see who your friends are. And I want to take you guys back to the story where Jesus was going to get crucified on the cross. And that was a very dark moment in his life, and he had disciples, he had friends. And so in that moment, Jesus was able to see who his true friends were, and he was able to see their true intentions. Because, for example, when they asked him, do you know Jesus? He said, no. They're like, aren't you his disciple? I've seen you walking around with him. He said, no. They said, are you sure? 3 times he denied Jesus in that hard time. But if he would have not been going through that hard time, he would always be in his face saying, oh, I love you, and I I'll always be by your side. I'll never forsake you. But then when it came during that hard time, he denied him. And so that revealed true character. And then there's just different people, different disciples that did different things during that day. There's some that helped him, there's some that wept, there's some of his friends that cried, there's some of his friends who stayed quiet, there's some of his friends who came out in the front crying, saying, this is my Lord. And there's some friends who stayed back. So all of that revealed to Jesus who those people really were, and how they really felt about him. And I'm here to tell you that no matter what dark situation or moment that you are going through in your life, how you act in those moments towards your friends, meaning, if okay, so say you're a kind of person, when you're going through a rough time, you like to isolate yourself, and you like to close yourself off, and you don't like anybody to come in. And I feel like that is true, but then at the same time, when you develop friendships with people, you get to a certain level where you trust them, and they're not just your friends anymore. Like, they're your other half. They know you. So I feel like you have to get to that level where you can open up to them even about those things, and to where you feel like, okay, I have friends to open up to. So I feel like that really is an excuse to me. And a lot of people just excuse so much in life, and then they end up getting karma, and they end up later on regretting that decision they made to keep a certain person in their life whom they got wrong signs from. So that is what I was just trying to mention today that there is a purpose for the purpose of a dark time, especially in a friendship. It really truly reveals a person's intent for you and their true actions for you, like how they really truly feel about you and how much they trust you and just different things like that. So that is it, my lovely people. Thank you for tuning in on another section of Try Again, this time with God. Make sure you like this video, comment down below, subscribe, turn on the bell notification, and may God bless you.